first want to start by thanking our sponsors, Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital, Needham Bank, North Hill, Rockland Trust. Thank you so much. Without your support, many of the things that we do in Needham wouldn't be possible. I'd like to thank my chamber teammates. We've got Greg, Maxim, and Catherine all here this evening. I'd like to thank the Needham Business Alliance, who meets with me monthly to keep our ear to the ground about everything that's going on in town. I'd like to thank the Needham channel. Ashley's here. She's always open to helping us build awareness about all that we're doing, and she'll be doing a roundup on this evening's event as well. We are recording tonight's event. There are several people that had conflicts, but they're hoping to get the recording. So we are going to have a night full of congratulations, worthy honorees, familiar faces from town. And then in my 9 years here at the Chamber, I've never had the opportunity to hear Steve Coffer talk. So I'm very excited for the conversation with Steve. We've got, we're not sharing the screen anymore. You can see who else is here. Everyone give each other a wave. We're gonna get this started by one of our guests who had a conflict because she had her first in Boston board meeting for her real job, and she could not make it tonight. So she took her time out of a very busy week. So let's hear from Chair of the Select Board, Mary Ann Cooley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Needham. Here we are at Needham Night at the Chamber. So I sent greetings to all the Needham residents and community members who are here, and to our other Charles River community members who are joining us tonight for this celebration. The first thing that I want to do is say hello. I'm Mary Ann Cooley. I'm the chair of the Needham Select Board. And I would like to take a moment to say hail and farewell to some of my colleagues who have changed over the last couple of years. We've had some big changes on the Select Board. So farewell to Dan Matthews, John Boulian, and Mo Handel. They have brought tremendous expertise to the board over the years. And in truth, we don't let them get too far away. They're still available when we need their wisdom. But we have new colleagues now, and I'm enjoying working with Marcus Nelson, Kevin Keene, and Heidi Frail. I particularly note I was really excited to have another woman join the board. Heidi is woman number 11. We're still counting those women in very small digits, but every new one is a new one, and that's a good thing. So as the Needham Select Board, we look forward to bringing you back boring, competent government. I know that's what everybody in the town wants. I'm grateful to our town manager, Kate Fitzpatrick, for supporting the board in our efforts and for helping to keep us all on track as we're doing that. Tonight's a big night for the Chamber and for Needham, and we look forward to celebrating our 3 fabulous business award winners. I hope you know all of their businesses when you hear about them, that you've already visited them and been a patron of theirs in Needham. They're all terrific. I want to give a special shout out to my dear friend Sandy Robinson for the Community Impact Award for the Needham Community Council. Where would Needham be without the Community Council during the pandemic? Sandy's been there, and the Community Council has been there, of course, for more than a century. But the last couple of years, they've been a challenge, and the Community Council has been huge. Thank you, Sandy. The last thing that I want to say tonight is thank you to the Chamber. The Chamber's also been really key over the last couple of years, working to support all of our businesses, our communities. I've enjoyed adding to my Chamber memberships by being a citizen member. I think I have more Chamber memberships than anybody here. So with all of that, have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing you in the future, hopefully in person, maybe next year.
We certainly echo Mary Ann's hopes to all be gathered together again next year. You know, I really missed that pre-event lobby and that post-event recap with all of you in person. Okay, our first award. We have Michelle DeSimone here, first Vice President of Needham Bank and a Board of Director for the Chamber. Our day started together at 8 o'clock this morning, Michelle. Glad to see you again. And you will present the Business Person of the Year.
Excellent. Good evening, everyone. It is my great privilege to introduce the Business Person of the Year Award winner, Liz Hay, owner, Bar 3. Since Liz Hay opened the first Bar 3 franchise 7 years ago, she's brought energy, buzz, and a sense of community to the middle of Needham Center. It's a word of mouth business, all about the experience. Folks share and celebrate and help one another. Liz's business model was so successful that there are now 5 more Bar 3 studios, all run by former clients, instructors, or managers. Like so many other businesses, Liz had to close on March 13th, 2020. But 1 week later, she was back up and running virtually. Yes, the technology and quality of those early virtual classes were horrible, but they muddled through. She stayed positive by hearing her clients repeatedly tell her, "I don't know what I'd do without you or without this studio," giving her the motivation and encouragement to keep going. But membership dipped. What people really missed was the community aspect of coming together for her classes. Fearing another summer of Needham becoming a ghost town, Liz was the driving force behind the Summer Passport program, bringing together businesses and the community to lift each other up and support one another, just like she did in her own studio. With the help from Jerry Michelson and Eileen Baker of Proud Mary, Liz spent a lot of her time and quite a bit of her own money to coordinate a promotion to incent shoppers to visit as many locations in town as possible, earning a chance to win a grand shopping spree made up of participating merchants. The Summer Passport program became the foundation for a bigger and broader holiday passport program in which 37 businesses across Needham participated. The Holiday Passport program made everyone remember the importance of shopping local and was cited as the reason Governor Charlie Baker came back to his hometown to launch the state's own Shop Local campaign. On behalf of the Needham business community and all those who benefit from the economic vitality of our town, thank you. And congratulations to Liz Hay on being the 2022 Business Person of the Year, sorry. Congratulations, Liz.
No, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done any of it without obviously my community or my staff. My staff has been with me throughout the past 2.5 years, and I am grateful for them every single day, just like I am for my clients that have stuck by my side. So I'm thrilled. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'm really, truly honored. So thank you guys. I'm excited to see what we can do in the next year.
Me too.
Great. Thanks, Liz. Very deserving. Michelle, great job. And Needham Bank does just as much to really support the economic vitality. So I'm so pleased that they were able to give that award to you. So boys, your mom's pretty special. So, give her a big kiss there. All right, next up, we have Senator Mike Rush. Mike, I understand that you have a very busy week down in Boston, but I understand you're on Zoom and ready to go. You are going to be presenting the 2022 it's the 2021 Customer Service Award.
Thanks so much, Lisa, and a huge thanks to Greg Reedman. Always a pleasure to be with you. In person is more fun, as we know, right? But this gets the job done. It's my pleasure this evening to present the Outstanding Customer Service Award, and that award is going to Avi and Julie Ben David, who are caretakers of special moments. Before they ever opened in 1995, it was their desire to help make life around them happier around them. And that's what connected them to the florist business. Inside their shop is a symphony of fragrant blossoms and greenery, but they bring more than just flowers to our community. They bring genuine care and generosity. Needham Florist does all the little things just right, like using burlap to wrap your bouquets instead of plastic, providing a dog bowl of fresh water outside to welcome your four-legged family member, offering comfortable outdoor seating surrounded by plants and a fun window display always. Through wonderful times and hard experiences, they've stayed extremely positive, hopeful, and grateful for the life and friendship created through their services to our community. They have grieved with us. They've celebrated with us. They know firsthand the disruption caused to businesses and families alike by the pandemic. Needham is fortunate to have a place where just stopping in to say hello can heal a very stressful day. Thank you, Avi and Julie, for helping make Needham a special and unique and happier place. This year's Outstanding Customer Service Award goes to Avi and Julie Van David of Needham Florists. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, so much. We're so grateful for this award. Never in a million years did we ever think that we would be honored for something that we both love to do. We're all about community. And when we opened up our business back in 1995, nearly 27 years ago, we were kids. I was 20 years old. Avi was 26 and only in this country for 4 years. And we had nothing more than a dream and a landlord, Stanley Simon, who believed in our dream and allowed to rent a space to somebody that had no credit history, and only enough money to provide for 2 months rent here in Needham in this space. But he believed in us and our ability to give back to the community and to make it a happy, welcoming place. But we wouldn't be here also without our incredible staff, who I'd just like to say thank you to as well. And that's Michelle, Laura Hassenfuss, who many of you know, Aiden, Danielle, and our kids too, who played a huge role here in the business. They did a lot of behind the scenes things for our business as well, from going to the flower market at 3:30 in the morning and deliveries and sacrificing every single holiday, because we haven't celebrated a holiday in 27 years as a family, because we're always here at the flower shop and celebrating with all of you. And we're just so grateful for this award, and thank you so much. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you both so much. And Julie, really great background. Yesterday was the first day she set up her Zoom. So you do have a great staff because somebody helped you do that. So
yes.
Wonderful. Great. Well, we're going to get to hear from another person in Needham that helps make the town beautiful. We have Senator Becca Rausch to present this year's Sparkle Award.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor and a privilege to join you this evening again for another amazing, wonderful Needham night. Proud Needhamite, and so grateful and lucky to be living here in Needham and sharing all these amazing, wonderful experiences with all of you. And it's a distinct privilege to present the 2022 Sparkle Award to Barbara Jones, the owner of Hearthstone Home. The Needham Night Sparkle Award is presented to someone who has enhanced the Needham streetscape, either with an interior or exterior renovation, and or someone who has gone out of their way to bring a little beauty into our town. Barbara Jones of Hearthstone Home has done all three. It wasn't too long after Barbara Jones opened Hearthstone Home in 2019 that her personally curated home decor treasures, hostess gifts, and trendy fashion items for the whole family started spilling onto the sidewalk of Great Plain Avenue. Eye-catching displays of seasonal merchandise and timely shout-outs to Needham High School grads and other special town moments made Hearthstone Home a must-stop visit for those looking for just the right gift or home touch. In the early days of the pandemic, Barbara started putting vases of free individual flower stems in front of her store for anyone who walked by to pick up one and share with someone else. People in masks holding the single flower stems started showing up all over Instagram and in the Needham Times. It was Barbara's way of sharing her love for the community by spreading a little bit of beauty. And when the tent with the picnic tables was put up on the town common for outdoor dining, Barbara's donated festive tablecloths began appearing. Once again, Barbara thought of a way to add a sense of home and beauty for the greater community to enjoy. And so, Barbara, from the lovely addition of your storefront to our downtown scene, to your generous gesture of spreading beauty when we needed it most, to your efforts to beautify our town common with a whimsical touch, I am very honored to present you with the 2022 Sparkle Award. Congratulations.
Wow, did I do all that? Thank you so much. I just want to say that every morning when I go outside and unlock the door to my shop and I step out on the street and look around, I just want to pinch myself because I'm so lucky to be part of the Needham community. I look to my right and I see the bakery, and I look to my left, I see commuters getting on the train to go to work, and it is such a wonderful place to live and to work. I have glasses in my shop that say there's no place like Needham, and I truly believe that. I have the best customers, and I couldn't ask for nicer people to share my days with. I've gotten to know so many neighborhood members, the crossing guards, the police, everybody, and I just can't say that I feel as lucky as a girl could be to have a business in Needham. And I love that there was a way for me to share my gratitude with the community, with the flowers and the tablecloths. And I have dog bones too. I love my dog friends. I have so many friends that come and get a little dog biscuit, and they come in the store and they just make my day. So thank you so much for recognizing Hearthstone Home, and it's a true honor.
Barbara.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So at the beginning of this event tonight, we had a pre-event meeting, and we said, boy, we've gotten a lot of moving parts here. Very busy week with a lot of different people that are usually involved with this program. And so what I'd like to do now is just have a brief hello from Representative Denise Garlick is here zooming in between budget meetings. I think she wanted to say congratulations to all the winners and say hi to Needham. Catherine, there she is. Hi, Denise.
I'm right here. Hello, good evening to everyone. We are in fact voting on a $50 billion budget tonight, hoping to keep our state strong. But I just wanted to say congratulations to the people who are being honored tonight, to Julie and Avi, who I love and see frequently, to Sandy, who is a dear friend, to Barbara, and to Liz. I want to thank you for the work you do in our community, the work you do for our community that makes our community strong. So this is one of the most lovely nights that the Chamber celebrates, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Denise. I did bump into Maureen walking her dog today, and she said you were going to try really hard to zoom in, so I really appreciate it. I know you've been doing some long days in those meetings, so really appreciate you making the effort. And next year, again, we're hoping we'll all be back together, and
me too.
There won't be a conflict. Okay, thanks. I hope you stick around and listen to John Fogarty give the next award, and to your dear friend Sandy, and then the conversation with Steve Copper. So. Our next, thanks so much, Denise. Okay, our next presenter for our final and fourth award of the evening is Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital President John Fogarty. I'm sure a lot of you have already know John. He does so much in the community, and he is here to present the 2022 Community Impact Award.
Thank you, Lise. It's good to see everybody tonight, Denise and our other representatives and community leaders. I look forward to the day, hopefully in the not too distant future, when we're doing this in person, but I think it's a great event either way. It's always a joy to participate in this, but particularly this year, I'm happy to be presenting the award for the 2022 Community Impact Award, and that would be to Sandy Robinson. I think Marianne Cooley said in her comments earlier that Needham would not be Needham without the Community Council. And I think I would take it a step further and say the Community Council would not be the Community Council without Sandy Robinson. For 90 years, the council has been supporting Needham residents with undermet health, educational, or social needs. It's maintained a long-standing network of people helping people, promoting volunteerism, a shared sense of responsibility. At the helm is Sandy, a Needham resident and Needham High grad. It seems like all the big leaders in this town are Needham High grads. I feel bad that I went to high school out in Cincinnati, but that's a separate story. She will celebrate her 20-year anniversary leading the council next month. And under Sandy's leadership, the Needham Community Council has grown to add new services and programs to meet the ever-changing needs of the Needham community. She oversaw the move to its current location and took the NCC thrift store to the next level. She added a transportation program to help get residents to medical appointments. She launched the Tablets to Tutors program for those who don't have access to technology. During the height of the last couple of years of a very difficult pandemic for all of us, Sandy and her team really rose to the occasion to serve the town of Needham. 2 examples. The thrift store moved to a tented area in the parking lot, and the Tablets and Tutors program helped equip seniors and others in the community with tablets to help residents feel less isolated during this very difficult pandemic period. Sandy has also been an incredible friend to our hospital. She's connected with patients in needs to resources in the community. She's worked with our cancer center to offer earrings and scarves to cancer patients in need. She served on the hospital's Community Benefits Advisory Committee for the past 4 years, and she's been a wonderful connection to the community for us. Needham is so fortunate to have Sandy leading one of its most impactful not-for-profits. So Sandy, on behalf of the hospital and all of us, we thank you for your tireless efforts and leadership. We congratulate you on receiving the 2022 Community Impact Award in recognition for the many, many lives you've touched in your 20 years at the helm. Thank you so much for what you do. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, John. I really do appreciate all that the Chamber has done, you know, all that we've all done these last couple of years. What a few years it's been. But we are getting to the other side. I could not, you know, I can just feel the light is finally there at that end of that tunnel. The work of the council could not have been done without our amazing staff and our volunteers, as well as the support of the greater Needham community. Whenever I need anything, if I reach out to my Needham neighbors, they're gonna come through. I never have a doubt. And so even through the darkest of these beginning of the days of the pandemic, I really believed that the Needham community would be able to produce whatever I needed. And boy, I felt like I needed everything at those beginning days. Our food pantry was able to stay open. We doubled how many people we were serving. We changed every system we had, but we are in a better place now than we were before we started this crazy nightmare. But thank you all. Thanks for a great evening. Needham is a wonderful place to live.
Excellent. Sandy, on behalf of the Chamber and everybody in the community, thank you so much for what you do. And 20 years, that's amazing. And 10 years since you moved, I think, is that right? Since
yeah, 10 years since we moved.
So we're really, really grateful to you and so glad we could recognize you tonight. And hello, everybody. Greg Reedman with the Chamber. My congratulations to all the other winners and our thanks to Senators Rush and Roush and Representative Garlick and Chair Cooley for joining us this evening and to all of you. And just to give you an idea what's going to happen now, I want to bring in Steve Coffer from TripAdvisor. And we're going to chat with Steve for a couple minutes, maybe about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll have a chance for everybody to break off if they want to talk with each other. It's not the same as doing networking conversations in person, but the next best thing we'll get a chance to talk to you. Steve, great to see you.
Wonderful to be here. Thanks so much.
Thank you. You know, it's been 22 years for you. And you'll be leaving soon, and we'll talk about that shortly. But I felt when we thought about doing Needham Night tonight, you know, we could have put you on a big stage with our full Chamber audience, and that would have made a lot of sense. But this is where it began. It began over Costa's Pizza, and And that was what? That was 22 years ago?
That was 315 Chestnut Street. Loved the location. Ooh, but the smell of pizza after work every day, that was tough.
Tell us what that office was like. How many people were up there? What was it?
We were above a pizza place and a dry cleaner, and it was the classic kind of garage startup. There were a couple of us. We grew to 8 or 9. Yeah, then we outgrew it and had to move.
Yeah. And what was the idea then? What was the product? What were you trying to do when you first started TripAdvisor?
It was this crazy idea that maybe you could get better advice on the internet, that wild, wild west of an internet, if you actually had in mind where you wanted to go, what you want to do, where you want to eat, and you didn't want to rely on, beautiful public or beautiful glossy brochures from travel agents or from the hotel or from the restaurant themselves. So it was easy to find a phone number or something on the internet. It was hard to find good advice that you could trust. And so we wanted to build a site that would allow travelers like me at the time to be able to pick a good hotel and have that wonderful vacation.
And was it called TripAdvisor from the start? Where did that name come from?
Yeah, technically it was actually incorporated as tripresearch.com. And
Why did you change?
Well, some folks in marketing than I said, oh my God, that's exactly what I want to think about, going to the library. No, Steve, I'm going on vacation. Make it a little bit more exciting. So TripAdvisor was born. We bought the domain for an outrageous sum as a startup, which was $10,000 at the time. And TripAdvisor was launched, incorporated, had a lot of missteps along the way, almost went out of business right after September 11th, managed to turn the corner, figure out how to get to that magical startup moment of break even, and yeah, $1.5 billion in revenue now. So,
all right. So an important question: when did the owl come in?
Oh, the owl was a trip. My wife and I did a little B&B weekend getaway in Maine. Like the owl came back with it. Somebody saw and said, "Oh, that might work as a good kind of logo for the company." Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you moved from Costas to where?
To Rosemary Street, where Brew Moon used to be for a while. Over there, headquarters for some folks old, as old as I on the call, right behind the library there.
Yeah, and after, is that when you went to Newton after that?
And that lasted for a little bit. Then we went to Hillside near Center Automotive, new building, occupied 1 floor and then a couple, and then finally outgrew that and flipped over to Needham to Newton on Needham Street.
Right. And then you made that really big decision that really changed a lot of things for the town of Needham, when you made a decision to build in your marquee headquarters in Needham, right there on the highway. Help us think, that decision was tough. You could have gone anywhere. I mean, you knew the world. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be back in Needham in that spot. Why was that? What was the thinking there?
Well, the candid story, if I may be so bold as to share here, is, I live in Newton here on Dudley Road at the moment, but it moved around a little bit in Newton. And there were some folks in the company that are thinking, hey, to attract the young type, we should really think about moving into Cambridge or Seaport. But, we do the little map of where all the current employees are, and surprise, surprise, they're all located essentially in a circle around current headquarters, which was on Needham Street in Newton. And so I think I had made a remark to the head of real estate at the time, sure, you can look in Seaport, but that's too far away for me to commute. So really, we're going to stay within a reasonable circle of where the CEO lives. I joke because it was the only thing I told new folks as they were joining, because we didn't know where we would move to. Some worried we'd be moving to California or wherever. I'm like, no, I'm settled here. My roots are here. We're going to stay here. So it then became, where nearby to Newton, Needham, Dedham, maybe as far up as Waltham. And, you know, Needham had everything we wanted. They had land, they had the ability to build. It was a great community. Schools are excellent. So we were going for not the 20-year-olds or 22-year-olds in Cambridge. We were going for the reliable workforce that was either willing to commute out to the suburbs or was already in the burbs.
Right. But when you got there, when you opened up and you looked out the window, there was nothing else around you. You know, now it's very different than how that park is today with, you know, Shark Ninja and NBC Boston and a lot of other companies, but there was nothing there. And we're really appreciative that you chose that, because that did spark the economic growth and development that's meant so much.
And likewise, we were very happy to be an anchor tenant. We're happy to have more tech companies in. The town of Needham was very cooperative in the process for us. So like it all just, I think, worked out really well for, I think it worked out well for Needham, and obviously worked out tremendously for Chris.
Well, fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about how the pandemic was. We know it was brutal on the travel industry. You know, what was that like, and where, more importantly, where is travel now? What are you seeing in terms of that?
Yeah, so like we had run as a profitable company every quarter since 2002. And we were a very profitable company, you know, proud to say. And overnight, we saw our revenue drop 90%. It's like, boom. And, you know, we had cash in the bank, but not enough to persevere. Fortunately, the financial markets were open, so we were able to borrow money, which we did. We did quickly. We hung around. We did some cuts, but like everyone, we had to adapt to the reality of no travel for a while. And then we saw, you know, a year go by last summer. Wow, the US was really back into full swing travel-wise. We saw numbers better than 2019 for a brief period of time, but Europe and the rest of the world, not so much. Then Omicron came and boom, everything went back down. You know, pretty much everyone in the travel space had a unpleasant January. And then, hey, February started looking up. And if you're looking at the numbers that airlines and other travel companies are posting, the world is back out again traveling. Not quite as much in the Far East, but definitely in US and Europe. You know, hint to friends, if you haven't, you know, made your summer travel plans now, you're a bit behind the curve. And I don't usually say that in late April for the summer, but airfare is going to be the limiting factor, just the number of flights that are scheduled because of pilot shortages, and other times the length of time it takes the airlines to get back into service takes a little while, unfortunately. So it's going to be a great summer if you're in the hospitality business, and an expensive travel summer if you're an ordinary consumer.
Yeah, so fascinating. So now you're stepping down after 22 years, and I'd love to know a little bit about why you decided to do that at this point, and but also what you're going to do next. Are you just going to spend the time playing that guitar behind you? Do you know what?
A good guess. Several in the company have thought that. So to the first question, look, you know, at 22 years at the helm, that's a hell of a ride. The company was literally a 3-person startup to a multi-billion-dollar public company. Really proud of that. Really proud of the impact we've had on, you know, hundreds of thousands or millions of really small businesses looking to make a difference out there without a marketing budget, right? You're listed on TripAdvisor, you collect reviews, it's free. It doesn't cost a business anything, yet their reputation gets a worldwide platform. That's TripAdvisor. I didn't want to go anywhere. As much as I might have been teased or thinking about doing something else during the pandemic, no, I absolutely felt I had to stay, steer the company through it. And so I announced last November that it was time for me. I think I have one more professional adventure left in me, is what I say. And everyone, including myself, really wants to know what that is, because I don't know. I haven't had that other brilliant or exceptional or even interesting idea yet. But I'm also, well, I think I can be an effective CEO multitasking lots of different departments. When I'm all in on something, I'm all in. So right now, I'm still all in on TripAdvisor until my successor's named. Hopefully soon, but you know, you'll know when it's all, you'll know when I know, essentially, when it's all said and done. At that point, I'll allow myself to, like, all right, I get a little bit of a break, a vacation, and I let my mind not wander, but turn to what comes next. Small company, probably, high tech, probably, internet, probably, just because those leverage my skill sets. And I'm definitely looking for small, not mid-size or big.
Yeah, well, fantastic. Great. Can't wait to see where that goes. And I really want to thank you. You have been, and TripAdvisor has been so supportive of the Chamber and a friend of the Chamber through this whole time. And we appreciate that. Even during your lean times and when you were very challenged with the pandemic, you were there supporting us financially and stood with us. And we've had 3 of your great employees on our board of directors, and they've all made wonderful contributions over that time. And so for, you know, on behalf of the Chamber, thank you. On behalf of the town, thank you. I don't know how you thank a guy that seems to be able to, you know, already knows the world, but we did get you a gift certificate for Costas. So
right.
Pizza's on us. And I've got to tell you, that's not easy because Costas doesn't have gift cards, certificates. I think you're the first ever in the history of Costas to get one. So we'll make sure we get that sent over to you. And again, Steve, all the best to you and our gratitude and appreciation.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I enjoyed chatting with you. We love being in Needham. We're not going anywhere. And very kind again. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Be well. And I'm going to turn it right back to Lise.
Fascinating. And Greg's right. You know, for all of you Needhamites, you know, Costas, it's cash only. And they weren't going to do it for me until I told them it was for Steve Coffer. And they were very aware of the TripAdvisor origin story. So Steve, the other half of the receipt is under the cash register. And you... So when you go in to use it, you have to tell them to look under the cash register for the other half.
That'll be a fun
day. Yeah, so enjoy your pizza, and really such a treat. And it's been such a pleasure these 9 years to be able to work with anybody and everybody that I've had the pleasure of with TripAdvisor. So thank you so much. Hopefully you'll stick around. We're going to break into breakout rooms. We did it last year and people stuck around and wanted to say hello to some of the faces on the Zoom. So the staff is going to stick around. Anybody else who'd like to join in, we're just going to split us into a couple of different breakout rooms, and then we'll, you know, about 10 minutes, just see what everyone's talking about these days, say congratulations in person, say hi to Steve Coffer if he's staying, and then we'll bring you all back and we'll do the official goodbye. Oh, Catherine, I guess I should read my script. Are we doing the little, we're doing the little video first? Oh, she's nodding her head. Okay, I got so carried away listening to TripAdvisor. Okay, here we go. We have a little wrap-up video and then we're gonna do the breakout rooms.